So now let's learn what are different variables and data types. So data types in Java can be categorized into two types. The first is primitive data type and the second is reference data type. So I'm not listing down all the primitives here, but let's list down the most commonly used primitives here. So they will be byte, short, int, as we already saw, int, long, float, double, boolean, and char. Okay, so byte is just like integer and value lies from minus 128 to 127. So a byte can hold 8 bits of data. Similarly, short is can hold 16 bits of number or 16 bit of data. So its value varies from minus 32768 to 32767. I think it is approximately 2 to the power 16 and it is approximately 2 to the power 8. Now int is used to represent integer. You can have minus 20, minus 10, minus 200, 0, 1, 2, a long range for int. So it is basically used to hold integers. But what you cannot have is 10.5. This you cannot have because this is not an integer. Okay. Similarly, for long the range is much higher. So basically it is like this is 8 bits, short is 16 bits, integer is 32 bits. So 2 to the power of 32. So its range is minus 2 to the power 32 to 0 to 2 to the power 32 minus 1. This is its range. Similarly, the range of short is also 2 to the power 16 minus 2 0 to 2 to the power 16 minus 1. And similarly for byte it is minus 2 to the power 8 to 0 to 2 to the power 8 minus 1. Okay, so this is the range for integer. Now long is even bigger than integer. So this is a 64-bit number you can hold using long. So its range is minus 2 to the power 64 to 0 to, in the positive side, 2 to the power 64 minus 1. Why do we do minus 1 always? Because we have to accommodate 0 as well at all the places. That is why on the positive side it is one number less. Now float is also 32 bits. Bits means it can have only two values, 0 and 1. So using this 0 and 1 and 2 to the power of this 0 and 1, these values can be created. This is how it works. So the range for float is 32 bits and it can take floating numbers. For example, we can write 10.5 f, 11.1 f, or 11.223 f. So this is kind of floating number. So double is kind of a bigger floating number. So we have 64 bits. So here you can have bigger floats, 1 2 5 7 7 3 2 8. So this can range up to 15 after the decimal. In this case of float it can range up to 6 to 7 after the decimal, but for double it can be a bigger floating number. It can be positive, negative, both. Similarly, this can also be positive and negative. A boolean can only be true and false, true or false. So it is used greatly in implementing the business logic. So guess what will be the size of boolean? Obviously, because it has two values, it will be 1 bit. So two values can be implemented using 0 1. If it is false it is 0 and if it is true it is 1. So we only need 1 bit to represent a boolean. Similarly, we have char. Size of char is 16 bit and it can have characters as A,